What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Small Town Cinema. And as always, I am your host, Johnny.
Oh, you the host. You
Yeah,
the host.
you the co-host.
I'm the sidekick. I'll be your Robin. I'm Randy.
You be my Robin?
I'll be your Robin.
Okay.
All day.
I was thinking Robin Hood for some reason. I was like, well, then who am I? Little John?
I am not putting on tights.
You would.
I mean, I probably would, but that's besides the point. Anyway.
Right. But anyway, man, it seems like it's been a while.
It's been a while since I could
I bet you don't even know
hold my head. Huh?
who sings it.
Stained.
Let's keep it that way.
Wow.
But we hope you guys and gals enjoyed our last episode, which was Fallen, a film that Randy had introduced me to.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you've watched or listened to the podcast, you know that I had never seen the film before, and I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, we never did Bone Collector, did we?
No.
Yeah, we'll have to.
And another movies that I'd like to do is The Equalizer. You told me they're all good. Have you seen the third one?
The first two. I have not seen the third one.
Okay.
But the first one's obvious. I think the first one's better than the second one. The second one is still great.
Gotcha.
And the third one I have not watched yet.
All right.
So
right
it'll be a
on.
new experience for the both of us.
Right. No, we have been busy the last 2 weekends. Let's see, 2 weekends ago, I was at Trans World Halloween attraction show, the haunt that I work for, Horror in the Hollow, which is in Piggott, Arkansas. That is our yearly trip that they take us on to go and buy props and stuff for our 3 haunts that we have. And that's always a blast. And then the very next weekend, which was last weekend, is my yearly trip every Easter to Nashville for the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival, which was awesome. And you just got back from Washington?
Yep, I went to Washington. I think the week before you did. It was the third week in March. Went to Washington with a bunch of gaming friends of mine. We get together once a year just to kind of chill out and hang.
That's awesome.
Had awesome, man. It was awesome.
That is so cool. It's funny that you meet up with gamer friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I meet up with convention friends.
Yep.
Like I think it's always pretty cool that man, he knows me, and if you've heard our trailer, I'm not a people person. Well, Randy is, but I do make friends. But it's always like outside of the town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's crazy because I mean I've met so many people playing video games, and I had a big group that I played with on Call of Duty years and years ago.
Yeah.
We always talked about meeting up, getting together.
Yeah.
We never did until like 7 or 8 years ago. I met up with a couple of them in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a great friend of mine. He passed away 10 years ago yesterday, or 10 years ago Friday.
I seen that on Facebook, and I was wondering because I was looking him up, and I was like, did we go to school with him or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then once I actually went to his profile,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, he must be a gamer friend.
Yeah, he was from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and man, he was such a cool guy. Such a cool guy. I called him my black twin, and he called me his white twin. It was hilarious. He was such cool. But yeah, 10 years ago, it was crazy. I made a vow from that day on. If I got friends that I care for like that, I'm gonna make it a point to meet up with them.
Yeah,
Never got
awesome.
to meet up with him, so. But yeah,
What could have been?
what could have been? Absolutely.
I mean, that's awesome though. Like that just shows not only your commitment to your friends, but your passion for gaming and to meet up with people that have the same passion with you.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that gets on my nerves. Is so many people say, "Oh, they're not your real friends. You met them online playing games." Like, don't. No, there's friendships to be made out there with people you've never even seen before, and you've only ever talked to on, whether it be on the phone or you've only talked to them online. There's friendships to be made.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, look at all the people like legit Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's people that's hit me up, and Randy knows that I don't accept a lot of friend requests, but there's people that has the same interests as me or something, and you know, they're like, "Hey, I went to the same convention. I thought I saw you there," and then you know, it just develops.
I'm telling you, as bad as Facebook's gotten, if it wasn't for my long distance friends, I wouldn't have Facebook
Yeah.
because it's just gotten terrible.
Well, that's honestly, and I've even said this to Carolyn before. If it wasn't for our podcast, I would not have Facebook or X or whatever all the other stuff is. The only thing that I have that I really focus on is this YouTube channel and this podcast and my personal YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as social media, it's just
If it wasn't for football, I wouldn't have Twitter at all.
I got you.
Or X, whatever you gonna call it. It's
Hey,
Twitter.
It's always going to be.
It's always gonna be Twitter.
Yeah. But today our movie is spoiler alert because it's already going to tell you the ranking I'm going for.
Yeah, we just might as well go ahead and get that out of the way.
It is one of the greatest films in the history of all time,
If not the greatest.
and it is The Shawshank Redemption.
Starring William, or it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. Not
No.
Samuel L. Jackson. Morgan
Already.
Freeman. Already messed it up. I gotta get the other guy's name. Tim Robbins plays Andy Dufresne.
Where did you get Samuel
I
Jackson?
have no idea. I don't know.
And it's got Morgan Freeman.
It's got Morgan Freeman in it. And there's
Yes.
a bunch of other people. It actually had, I don't remember the guy's name. I think he just passed away a couple of years ago. He played the stepdad on Pet Sematary 2.
Oh no, he ain't passed away.
Did he not?
That's
I thought he passed away.
no, that's Clancy Brown.
Yeah, no, he didn't. It's Mr. Krabs also.
No, he was just in Dexter New Blood too and everything. No, he's still around.
Okay, hey, well, sorry for offing you early, I guess.
Right? I
swear I thought he passed away.
I was just fixing to say, and it's got Clancy Brown in it, who is a phenomenal actor.
Hold up. You don't make me double check. No, he's still alive. Sorry, Clancy. I didn't mean to do that to you. But yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
is
great actor.
He's
He's so
awesome,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Him and John Lithgow
Oh yeah.
are two actors that I've never seen them. The film may suck, but their acting is always phenomenal.
Always.
But no, this film is one of those ones that any time of the day, if it's on, I will take the time out. Even if it's just to hear the background noise, I can watch it. It's one of the films that I can quote. Like, it's almost to the point where I'm one of them guys that can sit there and as soon as it starts, my mouth will be moving because it's so good.
It's crazy because I hadn't seen this movie in years until we talked about doing it for the podcast. Well, I watched it, getting ready for the podcast. And then I was sitting there and I was talking to my wife and I was like, have you ever seen it? She's like, I don't think I have. I was like, we're going to watch it tonight. So we started watching it and she fell asleep. So I paused it. We had to wait, but we're going to finish it. But man, it's one of those ones that we've said before. If a movie's good enough and it's one of those ones, hey, you've never seen it before? Let's sit down and watch it. It's one of those ones. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes long, I think. But it keeps you engaged, involved the entire time. It's one of the best written stories
Yes.
in any movie that I can remember watching.
Now, the novel, who was it by Stephen King?
Don't give me the line.
You can look it up.
That's probably a good guess.
I can't remember if it Stephen King or not.
Yep. Writers was Stephen King. Stephen King and Frank Darabont
Gotcha.
wrote the screenplay.
Well,
It's based on the short novel Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption is what it's based on.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, this is one of the films that, like you said, it's 2.5 hours long, I think.
Yeah, 2 hours, like 22 minutes ish.
But it's so well paced that it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah.
Like it's a legit. I mean, we might as well just go ahead and let you know. This movie is, to me, is almost flawless.
I have a hard time coming up with anything bad.
Right.
Anything at all.
So I guess to go ahead,
I mean, might as well.
We're going to go ahead and give our rating to it. I'll go first. Just the casting is phenomenal. Not one weak performance in this entire movie. The main villain, not Clancy Brown, but the actual warden.
Yeah. Let me get some names up for you.
Okay.
He plays the warden. Yeah.
Yes.
It's, I
I don't remember his actual
Bob Gunton.
What's his name in the movie?
Warden Norton.
He is one of the most hated villains in cinema history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he plays that role perfect. And honestly, and this is going to maybe sound weird, but I don't know if the movie would hit as hard if he wasn't in it, because he really makes you hate his guts.
Yeah.
Clancy Brown, who is his main, I guess his main guard, plays that evil guard to a T. But then there's also scenes in there where you're like, he may not be that bad. Like when Andy Dufresne
Talks to him about
doing his taxes.
the money he's getting back from his brother dying.
Yeah.
It's like $35,000.
And all he wants is 3 beers each for his co-workers. And then the guard actually takes upon himself to the guy that was trying to think how to say it without
He was one of the sisters.
yes,
It was
without getting a hold of Andy Dufresne. He
Yeah.
actually beat the snot out of him. Like I said, it's little stuff like that where you're like, oh, okay, maybe he is cool, but then he's not.
And, FYI, I'm gonna see if you can point them out because I'm really good at noticing people in a movie that have played in other movies that I like. The Warden.
Yes.
Can you name another movie? I'll give you a hint. I believe his name was Quentin in the other movie,
Quentin.
and I can give you a line
One line. Go ahead.
from the movie
Okay.
that involved him.
Okay.
No, my brother used to do that to me.
Oh yes, he Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. When Nature Calls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He played. He had the
Yes.
bird.
Yes. And he's like, yeah. Yeah. And he's like, I paid McCain to find the bat. Yes.
Yeah.
Dang. As a matter of fact, I think it's the only 2 movies I've seen him in.
I know there's another one he plays on. I don't think you've ever seen. Dang it, and I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, I've seen him in a couple other movies.
But okay, another one. You haven't seen it. Never mind. But I'll go ahead and say it. What is the main guy that gets the knife pulled on him? Brooks is holding him with the knife.
Haywood.
Yes, he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
He played in this film. He's played in so many other ones. He's also played in. Help me out, man. Come on. It just slipped my mind. I cannot believe it. Oh, The Mist. He played in The Mist.
Mm-hmm.
But where I know him from mainly is Bill and Ted Bogus Adventure and Bill and Ted Saves the World. He was the Grim Reaper. Yep. I know you've never seen him, but he did a phenomenal job as the Grim Reaper.
He was also on. It was a TV show that I was just watching, and I don't remember the name of it.
Well, he's got a phenomenal resume.
Yeah, he played a mobster, and it was on Criminal Minds. It was on Criminal Minds. He played a mobster on Criminal Minds.
Well, I met him, I guess it was probably 9 or 10 years ago. And I remember meeting him, and he had all of his 8x10s out, and he had all of his movies. And my girls love Bill and Ted, and they're like, I can't believe you didn't get him to sign the Reaper. No. When I seen the Shawshank, I had to get the Shawshank signed. I love it.
He did such a good job. Even from the very beginning of it, close to the beginning of the movie, when they start bringing in the new prisoners and Andy Dufresne is introduced to the prison.
Yeah.
They start doing their bets on which one of the new guys is going to crack.
Yeah.
And that's when they start picking out the guys. Even from that very beginning, you can see his character developing.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also see him develop even further as the guy he picked cracks and is getting whooped by Clancy Brown. You can see, so he gets him to crack. Guard comes in. Clancy Brown comes in, tells him to shut up. He's steadily talking, and you can see him not wanting the guy to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah.
And you can see you can see on his face how he felt. Yeah, he felt terrible that guy got whooped the way he did.
And he ended up dying.
Because
the very next day when they're all eating chow, Andy Dufresne says, what's his name? And he just kind of looks up and goes, what's it matter what his name is? Like he don't be reminded of it.
No.
Yeah. It's, like I said, the casting is phenomenal in this movie. The score in this movie is great. The storyline, everything is well written. The pacing of it. I mean, it is hard to find anything, honest to goodness, negative about this movie. And me and him's always talked about, giving grades to films, and I were always like, man, it's hard to give an A+ or anything like that.
This is an A+.
I'm 100%.
I jumped ahead.
Yeah, I'm going ahead and giving this movie a solid A+.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't see nothing wrong with this film. I don't see any flaws. To me, this is one of the most cinematic classics you can ever get to watch. And it's literally one of these. This is one of these films that, like Randy said, I can put on. If somebody has never seen this movie, I don't care what we're doing. Everything stops. Let's watch this film.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's my grade. Is a solid A plus. I don't think, honestly, that you can do any better than The Shawshank or no other film so far that I have seen. I'm sure there's some out there, but this film is just a timeless classic. And this is one of the films, just like Gladiator, that I have never heard anybody say anything bad about.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, I don't like Shawshank."
Like, and I was telling Johnny when spoiler alert, ditto. I mean, the only other thing that I'm going to add that I love that they did in this movie so much was they could have not found a better person to play Red and to do the narration behind the movie than Morgan Freeman.
Right.
Nobody. There's not a single person. The only other person I can sit here and think is maybe James Earl Jones, but that's just because he has such a commanding voice. But
Right.
Morgan Freeman played Red amazingly, and I loved it. Yeah, there's copy and paste, hands down, no question.
So me and you both.
Yeah, A plus, absolutely. I can't think of so many times you have a movie with great actors in it and the writing sucks,
Yeah.
or you have awesome, amazing writing and the actors suck.
Yeah.
This is one of the only movies that I can think of off the top of my head where the writing is amazing and the acting is just as good. And everything gels well together. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman played opposite each other so well.
Yes.
And really the whole group of it was Red, Haywood, Brooks, the guy that reminded me of Clay. I can never remember his name.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
There was a guy, like, as soon as I seen him, I thought, oh, dude, Sons of Anarchy, Clay. But yeah, every one of that little group they had matched up well. Even the darker side of one of the groups, the sisters, that was all over Andy Dufresne, they played their part really well. And the guards played their parts really well. And everybody complimented everybody so well.
That's what I was saying. There's not a bad actor or performance in this film. And I feel like, honestly, everybody took their role as serious as possible. And talking about, what was his name? Haywood? When I talked to him at Horror Hound, I don't remember I think he said his wife actually wanted him to pass on this film. She didn't think it was going to be a good film.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he didn't.
Oh, I know. But yeah, man, so let's go ahead and actually get into the film itself. So you start out in this film and it just already starts out dark because you see Andy Dufresne, he's a lawyer. Ain't he a lawyer?
No,
he's a banker. I'm sorry.
He's the executive vice president, I think.
And he's sitting outside of his house, but you don't know it's his house at the time. And he's got a pistol, and
no, it's not his house.
It's not?
It's the golf instructor's house that she left to go to.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole thing behind it. Like, he went to his house to confront him.
And he did have a gun.
He did have a gun. 38 special.
But somebody had already beat him to it, right?
I don't remember if they had beat him to it before or in the process of him leaving.
They showed up.
Yeah.
But, it leaves you with that, did he do it? Did he not do it?
Yeah.
And to me, it's so realistic on how they booked him in and how he dealt with the fact that he was innocent and that, it was the turning point in this movie for him was there was a young guy that ends up showing up and he's Tommy, and he's trying to get him his GED because Tommy now, I think, has a young wife. And is she pregnant or she's had the kid? I can't remember.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
But he's wanting to better himself.
Yeah.
Well, then Tommy actually was in the jail cell with the guy that killed Andy Dufresne's wife and her lover.
Basically confessed to Tommy.
Yes.
Telling him that he got away with this and all this kind of stuff.
And before this, I kind of felt like Andy Dufresne accepted his life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was becoming like Red and everybody, that like Brooks, this is where he belongs.
One of the things that you learn from Andy Dufresne through the whole movie is his persistence.
Yes.
He's not one of those to just say something and let it go. So like the whole movie, there's a scene. Well, there's one part where he's trying to get more books for the library, and he's like, "I'll write him a letter every week," and he does every week until he finally gets funds from the state to get the new library going up. And that just shows a glimpse of his persistence, because the whole time the movie's going on, you don't know it at the time, but he is making his escape.
Yes.
He's planning and he's doing his escape, and he does little things so methodically
Yes.
that you wouldn't ever think of.
Right.
So if you've never seen the movie, Morgan Freeman plays Red, and he's a man that can get things in prison. Anything you want. Reefer, if that's your thing.
When you said that, I could hear his
Yeah.
voice in there. I'm a man and can get things.
Yeah. So one of the very first things that he asks Red to get him is a rock pick.
Yes.
And it's literally what it sounds like, a little bitty pick for mining small rocks. And he said it was just a hobby of his that he wanted to do.
But what's funny is when Red's like, if I find out, like I'm paraphrasing,
Yeah.
that you use it as a weapon, he was like, you forget that you know me and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, you ain't going to worry about it once you see it.
Yeah, and he was talking about breaking out with it, and he was like, and he just Andy kind of laughed about it, and he was like, you'll understand when you see the pick.
But it's funny because when he laughed, he was like, is there something funny about this?
And I mean, it's literally a small looking pick, and it's about that long. It's not very big at all.
And he's using it to make like chess pieces and stuff.
Yeah, he's using it to like mine rocks, and he's trying to get soapstone and stuff like that to make chess pieces. But you can see his persistency through the entire movie, the level of which you don't know until close to the end of the movie.
Right.
Because this whole time he's in jail, and I think he does 30? Is it 30 years? 25, 20?
We'll just say 30.
Yeah, I mean, it
It's
might
there.
not be exactly 30, but something like he does a lot of time. And this whole time he's using that rock pick
Yes.
to dig out of his cell for his escape. And one of the coolest parts was when they were revealing his plan the whole time, was how he would collect the rock from the wall, put it in his pants, and then walk out into the yard and just let it fall out of his pants.
Yes.
That was one of the coolest things I've seen in my life. I thought there is no level of genius more than this.
You say that. What I really like about it, and it's really slick, is how it captures almost like the decades, because he keeps changing the poster to what's the hot, what's hot.
Yeah.
So like he gets a female who I'm just gonna say she was in black and white.
Rita Hayworth.
Yeah. Well, then the next poster it's in color and it's from this thing. And then it's this part. Yep. I like that because it shows how time is passing and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the warden's big thing is getting everybody has a Bible when they get checked in.
Yes.
And he takes that Bible and carves out in the Bible a spot for the pick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like nobody ever opens his Bible, I guess, but him.
Yeah.
But it's not like the entire book is carved out just enough. So if you were to open it up to a couple of pages, you wouldn't be able to tell really unless you open it up all the way.
Right.
Which, after you watch the whole movie and you know that, you go back at the very beginning of it, they do a cell toss where they come to his cell and the warden actually takes his Bible. Mm-hmm. And the warden's got his Bible in his hand, and you're thinking, that whole time, was that pick in that Bible?
Yes.
You know?
What I like about it is that the warden saw something in Andy.
Yeah.
And when he says, my favorite verse is blah, 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 and he goes, what? And then Andy quotes it. He knows where it's from. And then he says, what's yours? And then he says his favorite quote. The thing, too, about this movie is a lot of times in a movie, you always go, man, so-and-so played good with each other.
Yeah.
These guys had great in it. Everybody that shared screen time fit.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody was like, this guy outshined this guy or this guy. It was perfect. Like, the scenes that I really like is Red when he is going up for parole. Mm-hmm. He's telling them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And then they just keep denying him. Well, finally, he walks in and he's like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
He tells them straightforward how he feels, everything, and then he gets approved to leave.
And that's what's like this whole time. If you'd have done that at the very beginning, would you have gotten free?
Right.
You know? It was he got to that point where enough was enough. He knew that he was going to spend the rest of his life in there, and he knew that they were just going to do it.
Yeah.
So he just like, the heck with it.
So one of the scenes that it still hits is when Brooks gets released from prison. Because
I had to bring that one up.
because the sad part is that there is people, even to this day, if they get out of prison, they don't know how to adjust their life.
Yeah.
And what really makes you go, wow, he's been in there that long, is when he does get out of prison and an automobile comes by and he kind of backs up and the guy's like, watch out, old timer, you trying to get hit? And he's like, I saw an automobile once. It's like, dude, the whole world has changed. And I love that he says a line in there. He goes, the world's moving fast. Everybody's in a dang hurry.
Well, he went in I think, 1905 or 1912, one of the two. And the movie initially starts in the 1940s. So he's been in there that long.
Right.
And then it goes more, a little bit longer, a couple of years after that. So he was in jail for 50 years. He was in prison for 50 years.
Yeah.
So, just think of all the different stuff, like from now, go all the way back to, 76?
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine the difference in everything that's taken place between
technology
76,
and everything, man.
Everything.
But it's the same, especially like where he's working at the grocery store. He's the bagger, and he talks about, I can't keep up. Sometimes my hands hurt. Well, when I first seen it, and it shows him, and he's dressed all nice in the suit, and he's like, I'm sure they're not going to kick up a fuss about an old man. I was like, what's he doing? Is he? Because I was like, where's he going?
I had a feeling.
Yeah,
I had a feeling.
And then he takes the switchblade out, and he's carving, and I was like, oh man. But he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he even talked about, he's like, I thought about shooting the clerk so I could get sent back,
Well, and that was the whole thing. Like, when he got his walking papers, so to speak, and Haywood came in to congratulate him and, send him off in a farewell, he flipped out and he was going to actually kill Haywood so he could stay in prison.
Yeah.
And you could see the look on his face, just the straight distraught look on his face about the idea of leaving the jail, leaving prison. Because that's all he's known.
It scared him.
Yeah, and you can imagine if you were in one place and you had the same routine every single day for 50 years.
Yeah.
And you had finally got to a point, in one of the lines in that scene that I love so much was Morgan Freeman was talking to the guys out in the yard, and he told them, he was like, he's been in here for this long. In here, he's somebody of note. He's somebody important. Out there, he's just another ex-con. Yeah. And that really stuck with me, because if you think about it, he had made his way up to the library. Yeah. And he was the librarian for the prison. Delivered the books and all that stuff. Out there, he's a bagger.
He had a purpose.
He had a purpose. And for 50 years, that was his purpose. And now he didn't know what to do on the outside. That would be like somebody going to prison in 1976 and then getting out today, and never in their life have they seen a cell phone.
Yeah.
And then be given a cell phone when you get out of prison.
You wouldn't know what to do.
You have no clue what to do with it.
Right. No, but yeah, Brooks was a great character in the film. Mm-hmm. And that's the funny thing, is I really don't have a favorite in the movie, because I just feel like every character had their own story arc in it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know that the warden and the main guard are the villains of it. Man, they played their role perfect.
They did. They really did.
And one of the things that I really enjoy is finally when it starts revealing Andy Dufresne's leaving, when he's had enough, because we didn't even finish it. After Tommy admits that, hey, this guy is the one that killed Andy Dufresne's wife, the warden don't want him to say anything, because that's Andy Dufresne's ticket out.
Yeah, and Andy Dufresne is the warden's ticket to all the money he's been embezzling through the prison. This whole time, when Andy first starts doing like the taxes and everything, gets on the guard the good side, he gets on the warden the good side, and he starts doing the books for the warden and keeping 2 sets of books.
Yeah.
Basically helping the warden embezzle money. He knows he set up like different accounts with names that didn't exist.
Yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
But he was the only one that had all the information of everything that the warden was doing.
Right. And that's why he had Tommy come out, the warden did, late at night, and he was talking about it, and it was almost like he was giving Tommy a chance to say, I won't say anything
Yeah.
without saying it. And then finally, when he took his cigarette and he threw it down and he stomped on it, he looked up and they killed Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that at that moment, Andy, because he even stuck Andy in the hole for like 2 months straight.
Yeah.
When Andy come out, even Red says he was a different man. I like how determined he was to get out. And once they finally tell the final story of how he escaped, which was phenomenal. I love the fact that Andy got his shoes and he was like, make sure you spit shine them. I want him to see my reflection in them. And then Red's like, how often do you look at a man's shoes? And he just walks right into his cell with them, with the warden's shoes. He puts his old shoes in the warden's box. And this whole time you find out that the name that he made up, that's where he was embezzling the money. Because once Andy Dufresne got out, he was a rich man.
All that money was in the fake names. The name that he set up for the warden, all the money was for that person. And he even says that if anybody, when he was telling Red how everything was done, he said if this person walked into the bank, nobody would know him.
Right.
Because he didn't exist. He made up social security numbers, all account numbers, and all this kind of stuff. So this whole time, his plan was to get out and then assume that name.
Yeah.
And then he did, went to the bank, got the money, dipped out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just brilliant, man.
It's a different level of intelligence, man.
Like I said, I've watched this movie I don't know how many times. And as soon as that dialogue starts where it's fixing to end, I can't help but smirk.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, man, it was so good, dude.
Yeah.
And then I like when they come and arrest the guard, which I can't remember his name, but it was Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown, yeah.
And
let me look.
they were talking about he was crying like a baby when they got him.
Yeah. It was dang it, where'd it go? Captain Hadley.
Hadley.
Yeah.
Another great scene is what we were talking about a while ago, where they're up there tarring the roof. And Captain Hadley is talking about how he's getting money, but of course the government's going to take out this much. And Andy Dufresne, they're sitting there, and what they're doing is they're what's it called?
They're mopping. Yeah, they're mopping the tar on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andy Dufresne hears the problem, so he just stops and starts walking over to him, which was that's ballsy enough. Right there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he turns around and he's like, Mr. What's his name? Hadley, do you trust your wife? He's like, what'd you say to me? He's like, do you trust your wife?
Implicitly.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden he grabs hold of him. He's like, watch out, this guy's fixing to have a accident. And before you can throw him off, he's like, because if you trust your wife, you can keep all the money. And he's like, what? Great scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because as soon as Andy Dufresne says something, he says something. Like back and forth where he's like, the IRS, well, how you do this stupid balls, you know, like, and I like the fact that he's just like, all I ask in return is 3 beers for each one of my co-workers. And then the guy's even like, ha, co-workers.
Yeah.
And the very next scene, it shows them. And I don't even like alcohol. I don't like beer.
But it looks so refreshing.
But they're all just sitting there on top of that roof and they're drinking. And I love the fact that Hadley walks by and he grabs one of the beers. He's like, drink up, ladies, while it's still cold.
Yeah.
And he just keeps walking. That was so cool. And Andy didn't even want a beer. And Andy's just sitting there with a smile on his face. And Haywood comes over and he's like, hey, Andy, you want a beer? And he's like, no, thanks, man. I don't drink.
Yeah, I quit drinking.
Yeah.
But what you find out a little bit later is not only did that help him in that moment with getting the beers and stuff for everybody, but it also put him in the good graces of the guard. Because when the leader of the sisters, when they put Andy in the infirmary for a month, they put the leader of the sisters in the hole or in the solitary. Yeah. Well, when he got out and got back to his cell, Hadley was in the cell waiting on him.
Yeah, he was.
And they beat him to within an inch of his life to the point where 2 things never happened again. The sisters never messed with Andy Dufresne, and leader of the sisters never walked again. And he said, to the best of my knowledge, he lived out the rest of his days drinking his meals from a straw.
Yeah.
Man, it was like, it just shows you like whether or not that was his plan to get the guards on his side for that particular situation, that's what came of it.
I think we can agree. Andy Dufresne is one of the smartest characters in any movie.
Absolutely.
Like, and that determination of his, man. But
persistence is key.
Yeah, like I said, and overall, man, it's just a phenomenal film that you have got to watch. I mean, I don't care if you just strictly into horror. If you just like you need to watch this film.
Yeah.
It has stood the test of time. I feel like another 50 years will go by and people will still be finding this film and still enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, really, there's nothing about it that I feel like would turn somebody off unless they've been in prison and it hits them a little differently. But other than that, it's just, overall, man, it's filled with emotions. It's filled with anger.
Mm-hmm.
It's filled with compassion. I mean, almost everything. Like, we talk about The Princess Bride, how that's for everybody.
Yeah.
This movie may not have like a lot of humor and comedy, but I feel like this would fit. It's not really just a straight drama.
Yeah.
You know, it does have funny moments, and Andy Dufresne playing the record and locking the door and just putting his feet up.
That was hilarious.
He knew he was going to get in trouble.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get in trouble. But he did it anyway.
And I love Red. He's like, I don't know what that woman was singing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it was like the look on everybody's face when he played that record over the loudspeaker and it was going out to the entire prison.
Yeah.
The look on the guys' faces because they had never heard that before.
Right.
And it's just like every one of them just standing there in astonishment.
It almost makes you appreciate what you have, you know?
Because, I mean, you think about how many of those guys have been there forever and they're going to be in there forever.
And this may sound bad, but that's how prisons need, not the beatings, but I feel like prisoners have it so much different now.
Yeah.
Where they have television, they have this, they can get commissary and all that stuff. I get that, but there's sometimes I'm like, man, I feel like if these old school prisons were still like they are, I don't think people would act the way they do.
Yeah, you wouldn't have people going in and out.
Yeah.
They'd be done.
Yeah, one and done, man.
Yeah. But what's cool about it is, at the end of the movie, Andy breaks out. And he leaves. He tells Red, before he's getting ready to make his escape, he said, such and such county, this state, there's an oak tree by a fence, and he gives them all these different directions.
He said there's a rock
that you can tell doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
He was like, he promised me if you ever get out, you'll go and you'll find what's hidden under that rock.
Because he thinks Andy's fixing to kill himself.
Yeah. He thinks it's over. So when Red finally gets his parole, he keeps that promise. Mm-hmm. He makes the trip, goes, finds a tree, finds the rock, and it's a box. And what's cool about it is he's telling him this whole time where to go before he ever broke out.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Red finally goes to that tree, finds the box, and opens up, there's a letter that Andy wrote to Red. So Andy went to that rock first.
Yes.
And put that note, and he put a bundle of money in the envelope too.
And I like the fact that he says, do you remember the name of the town?
Yeah.
He wouldn't say it.
Never said it.
He wouldn't write it down because, of course,
it was a town in Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you've come this far, maybe you're willing to go a little farther.
Yep. So he opens that up. He finds a letter. He reads the letter. He gets the money out. Gets him a bus ticket. Shoots down to Mexico. And the final scene is Morgan Freeman walking on the beach with his shoes in his hand.
With a big smile.
Big old smile on his face. And he walks up to a boat that a guy's on, and it's Andy Dufresne.
And there was no need to have them say anything.
Not a word.
They just smiled. He hops off the boat. They go over to each other. And as the camera's panning and the credits fix the roll, you can see that they hug.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's
perfect.
Awesome. Yeah.
Look, dude, I got goosebumps on my arm. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's one of those things like didn't need words because you knew what was going on. You didn't have to have it. It was just picture perfect ending.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was so good. So good.
Well, that is our review on the Shawshank Redemption.
The Shawshank.
Yes.
Redemption.
And before we sign off, I just want to let everyone know that a buddy of mine has his own business going. It is Fantasy Realms. And he is an amazing, amazing artist.
People with this level of creativity make me sick.
I don't know if you can see the Jeepers Creepers painting that I have back here, or maybe even the Ash versus Evil Dead. But he does all kinds of films, not just horror films. And I'm going to put up his social media, let you guys and gals check his store out. He is absolutely amazing.
Johnny just showed me one that he did of Brandon Lee as the Crow. Beautiful.
I'll post that up here too.
Beautiful.
But go on his Instagram or Facebook, check out his work. I mean, he is phenomenal. He does take orders, and he does the convention circuits. He is such an amazing guy. So be able to check out Fantasy Realms. Well, all right, man. So what is going to be our next film?
So we're going from one prison into another prison. So the next episode, we're going to get one of my favorite movies as well, The Green Mile.
Absolutely.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Yes.
So many good actors.
So good.
Buffalo Bill. Or Wild Bill, sorry.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill. Lil Percy Whitmore. Oh, dude.
You talk about the warden being a hated
Oh,
character?
dude.
Percy, boy.
Oh, yeah, right?
I mean,
Exactly.
we ain't going to get into that.
Oh, man, it's such a... But yeah, The Green Mile, such a great movie. And its writing, to me, is also on par with Shawshank Redemption. The writing in it. It's phenomenal. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, it's another classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that'll be our next episode is The Green Mile. We hope you guys and gals enjoyed this episode. And as always, please give us a follow on our Facebook, Instagram, our TikTok.
Tickety-tocky.
It is Small Town Cinema. And as always, just remember, we review the movies
So you don't have to.